like no toys or anything nearby to like hide behind. Hello, everyone. So I guess we had some good news, right? Star Trek won a Razzie or something. Is that what happened? Didn't Discovery win a Razzie and Sonequa got like worst actress for being absolutely horrible in that? I don't know. I hear all the time that people say that she can act. I have never seen her act in any way that I can absolutely remember her. So if Sonequa Martin Green is a decent actress, I'm not seeing it for sure. Hello, Green Lantern. How's it going, everybody? So I have to make sure I look presentable, you know, so the gay men who I'm obviously trying to appeal to will totally want to do me, right? If you guys have been following any of the drama over on Twitter. Oh, Lord. I wasn't planning on making a Twitter video this morning. I was planning on making this video. I was going to make a video out of this because, you know, we had the great news of Star Trek winning a Razzie or something. Discovery. I'm sure it needed it. Let me look up Star Trek Discovery Awards. Awards. Oh, holy crap. And hello, Green Lantern over in chat. Hello. Let's see. I don't think we have anybody on Twitch yet. Twitch is one of those things. I don't think I will get a whole lot of people over on Twitch because I don't know what to do to be on Twitch. I guess I need to wear a mini skirt and have a whiteboard behind me, or I write the boyfriend of the stream on like the cam girls over there. From what I've seen, I don't know. I know there's a lot of like awesome female streamers over there who do gaming and stuff. But hello, Negan. How's it going? So, yay! We're doing some we're doing some talking about some Star Trek and some Star Wars. Let me just pull this up. Oh. No. This isn't real, right? Well, let me put it on screen for you guys. This can't be real. I'm not really a gamer anymore, and that's me too. I'm really not that big of a gamer anymore, to be honest. I haven't really cared that much about video games in a while. I don't have the time and the patience, and I mean I have the time probably. I don't have the patience to learn a new game. They are too time consuming. I'm doing pretty well. Going to my cousin's house to get drunk. Awesome. All right, let me pull up my other monitor here, my display. There we go. Display capture on. Oh, so this is all I'm finding. I'm finding that they actually won a Saturn Award. Are you shitting me, universe? You're really giving Star Trek Discovery awards? For what? Writing something like Sonar in Space? Writing a plot that any toddler can see through? Hello, animates. How have I been? I've been dealing with this stuff. I've been dealing with Twitter and YouTube and Twitch, and we are at war. We are at war. It is a very sad time, but we are at war. We are at war for our culture and our heritage of We're at a war of our pop culture. Our fandoms. Lord. So this is some really bad news then. Here, I thought, oh man, maybe they won a Razzie. Because I heard, oh, they won an award. They won an award. Not a Razzie. Damn it. What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean they won a Saturn Award? All right, I guess let's go through this. I don't want to read the whole article. This is a Collider article, so they're bought and paid for. Let's just run down the winners. Blade Runner 2049. I actually saw Blade Runner 2049. I am not the hugest fan of Blade Runner, but I kind of have a new appreciation for it because somebody did an awesome... Doomcock did an awesome commentary on Blade Runner, and some of his points of view on it are like, yeah, he's pretty spot on a lot of his things. They want us to pay to see STD, how to get aesthetic in season. Exactly. It's because they're doing all this shady marketing, I think, and shady behind the scenes. Like the guys at Midnight's Edge know a lot more about this than I do, because they actually do the research and stuff, and I just kind of shout opinions. That's my platform, is I am an opinionated bitch, and I will shout opinions at the wind. But yeah, how did how do they expect it, like, how did it get a second season when people are buying CBS All Access and canceling? Nobody's actually sticking around for anything else they have. I mean, can you tell me anybody who actually pays for CBS All Access continually with Star Trek off the air? I don't think so. I think their numbers are based on, you know, oh yeah, on this day we gained all these subscribers. Yes, but on that day you also lost all of these subscribers. But I just joined. What about a war for pop culture? That's exactly what we are. That's exactly what we're doing. Have a good day, all. I gotta go. Well, thank you for being here, Green Lantern. Yeah, how did they get a second season? I mean, I guess I want to go through these in order. Blade Runner 2049. I think that was actually a pretty decent. That was a pretty decent movie. I liked the cinematography. I liked the pacing. I hate super fast-paced, shaky camera. I'm getting old. I can't see all that. I have very bad eyesight. I don't know how well you guys can see through my glasses. I can't even see any. Like, I have very, 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 very weak eyesight. So when you have a lot of shaky cam and a lot of bad choices of colors, I can't see it. But Blade Runner, I think, was okay. I don't think it... Since I didn't grow up with the first film, I don't think it detracted that much. No, I'm confused. What do you mean you're confused? The war on the pop culture is the whole... This is... People are destroying the franchises we love, like Star Trek and Star Wars. And even stuff like Blade Runner by making unnecessary sequels, making a whole bunch of stuff that nobody cares about, right? So this is kind of the thing that is sort of bothering me. Blade Runner 2049 was a 6 out of 10. Beautiful cinematography. Thank you. Thank you so much. I liked the cinematography a lot. I liked the pacing a lot. I liked the soundtrack a lot. There's a lot about that movie that was really good. Jared Leto, creepy as fuck. Oh my god. I'm not a huge Jared Leto fan, but man, he was good in that. He absolutely played the best. I think he was probably the best choice for the character he was portraying. I think the last act kind of got a little too fight based, like a lot of stuff, or part of it got a little fight based. If anyone remembers, like the water scenes and. But yeah, other than that, Blade Runner 2049 wasn't terrible. I really enjoyed it, and I'm not even that type of hardcore science fiction fan. I like more of the TV side of things, but it was a pretty decent movie. So, best comic film motion picture, Black Panther. I didn't see it. I decided to opt out of it when they were trying to use it as a thing where if you don't like it, or if you don't give the movie a 100% score on Rotten Tomatoes, you're racist. So I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to watch your movie then. I don't want to be called racist by anybody. Screw that. So I'm sure it's a perfectly fine movie. I'm sure, like, I did see Mahler's breakdown of it, I think. It was either Mahler or Dishonored Wolf, one of them. And they said it was a bit overrated, but... So I didn't see Black Panther. I didn't see Shape of Water either. I do want to see that. I didn't see Get Out. I want to see that one too. I haven't seen any of these. Best action adventure film, Greatest Showman. I've heard that this one is not the best, but Black Panther wasn't very good in your opinion. I'm not the target audience, I think, for Marvel films. I don't have a dog in the fight at all with comic book movies. I can take them or leave them most of the time. I kind of want to do my thoughts on Deadpool, but I think I would probably get a lot of hate for it because I'm not the hugest Deadpool fan. But comic book movies in general are not my thing. I had articles about China being racist because Black Panther underperformed there. Did it? Well, I know it probably underperformed because I think they are also... Well, they have their own sort of action-y genre and mythology that they kind of... That they were... Their culture was kind of based on. Their martial arts sort of cultures. And so when we come with these sort of action-adventure and like kind of American culture movies... Even though it takes place in Africa, I know, I'm just saying in comic book movies in general are kind of American culture. I don't think they translate very well in the Far East, but... Great collection behind you, thank you. I've got... That's a video. That's definitely a video. The writing was terrible in Last Jedi. Exactly. Greatest Showman is fun. The music is great, and the story is very interesting. I've heard that there's a lot of great stuff about Greatest Showman. I didn't see it, though. Now this... Oh, I didn't see Coco. I didn't see Wonder. I can't do the Disney animated. I can't do the Pixar animated. I do not like being emotionally manipulated. This I will give them. Mark Hamill, absolutely. Mark Hamill was the reason why I liked The Last Jedi when I saw it, I think. His performance, like just the feels you get when you see him staring off into the sun, or you see him like staring, like you see his eyes, and you see the shot of his little ship in the water. Oh man, there's just all these little feels, but can't be a lack of interest. It has to be racism, right? Exactly. Finally catch one of your streams. Thank you for being here, Brian. It's romanticizing P.T. Barnum, who's a terrible human being, so it's a weird one. And oh yeah, and that's another thing I think I probably skipped out on Greatest Showman, because I'm like, I don't know if I want to see any historically accurate representations of the circus of that time, because I'm kind of a student of that era anyway. So I don't know if I want to see any of the elephant stuff, and I don't know if I want to see, and I don't know how much of that actually made it into the movie, but I didn't catch it because of that. Called him Sad Hamill now. Rian Johnson with those cold dead eyes, and Mark Hamill is trying to explain to him what was wrong with The Last Jedi. Rian Johnson is so immature. He is so immature. It's historically inaccurate. It is. Oh, see that? I don't know if I want to. I don't know. I don't know if I'd want to see Greatest Showman then. I mean, either accurate or inaccurate. I'd probably be annoyed at it being accurate. I'd probably be annoyed at it being inaccurate. So I don't know. What do we think of Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman? I was one of those people. I think once I saw her as Wonder Woman, she definitely won me over. She has a smile that just lights up the screen. She just has that personality about her. I really liked her performance. I think I'm okay with her winning, because I can't remember any other woman that stood out in a performance in a lead role that whole year. It's romanticizing his circus with music is A+. Okay. So yeah, I think Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman, I think she was fine. I was skeptical because she looked so small and petite and frail. She looked very much model slim, and I always kind of picture sort of Amazon or these strong warrior women as kind of more muscle bound, less tall, model, statuesque, and more well, I guess even Xena was like that. Xena was very tall and slim as well, but she seemed like she had a little bit more muscle to her. But I mean, Gal Gadot definitely bulked up a bit. Linda Carter ruined the role for anyone else. I know. Linda Carter was amazing. I thought Gal Gadot was too small to physically portray an Amazon warrior. I did at first, but then you see she's got the height, so she's a very tall woman. She just has that personality though. I really liked her. She won me over. She definitely won me over. That was my first impression of her. See, Patrick Stewart for Logan. I didn't see Logan. Here's where I'm gonna get a lot of hate too. I didn't see Logan yet. I probably should. It's one of those things. There's so many superhero movies. I just never end up seeing them all. Best performance by a young actor, Tom Holland. You know, I liked Tom Holland in Spider-Man. I liked the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movies. Well, the first two anyway. But a lot of that comes from me being a Sam Raimi fan from way back and being into like the whole Xena. I watched Xena. I didn't watch Hercules. I probably should have, but I watched a lot of Xena, and I do have the DVD sets. So seeing like little cameos and stuff, and seeing Ted Raimi in the old Spider-Man movies, I did like those Spider-Man movies. And when I did see this Spider-Man Homecoming, Tom Holland was pretty good. The Spider-Man Homecoming movie, I think to me kind of reminded me of an 80s movie in a lot of ways, like an 80s sort of, you know, here's my best friend keeping my secret for, you know, kind of like Weird Science in some ways, if anyone could relate to that. Am I completely off the mark on that? But it kind of reminded me a lot of those 80s movies where you have like a friend with a secret and then a cool best friend who's kind of nerdy, but they're still kind of cool and interesting. And that's a lot of what the Spider-Man movie was to me. And Michael Keaton was kind of amazing. Michael Keaton's always been one of my favorite people, though. The studio did too much meddling in Spider-Man 3. Sandman was the best character in my opinion. Yeah, I don't remember much of Spider-Man 3. I remember not liking Topher Grace that much, but I didn't think he made a very good Venom, I guess. bad guy-ish. I don't know. I think there was way too much stuff in Spider-Man 3 from what I remember. It's been a long time since I've seen it, but I think there was way too much just stuff. You got this bad guy, you got that bad guy, you just had too much stuff. I scanned the skeleton, I changed my icon. Oh, hello, Monkey D. Luffy. I don't know what a sans the skeleton is anyway, so. Let's see, special effects for Guardians of the Galaxy. That's okay. Makeup, Black Panther. I didn't see Black Panther. Best costume, Beauty and the Beast. You know, when they have something like best costume for something like a period piece like that, yeah, that's always gonna win your costuming sort of things. But can is this a real fair justification? Like, is this? I don't think justification is the right word. Is this a real fair award to give a remake something? Because like aren't the costumes in Beauty and the Beast the remake pretty much the same thing from Beauty and the Beast the animated movie? Am I completely wrong on that? I didn't see either, so I'm just going by like screenshots and reviews and things. I don't know. Let's see, best editing. Did I skip over? I skipped over the big one. I skipped over one of the big ones. We got to tackle this one. I skipped over it because I don't want to talk about his round, stupid head. Best writing. Did they read something? Like, did they get a script for their award consideration that was completely different than what made it to screen? Did he actually write something good and we just didn't see it? Because if that's the case, then you can't give best editing to this person, because then he completely edited in whatever Rian Johnson wrote at. Or, like, which is it? Because there's something off here. There is something very off here. The Last Jedi had some very confusing, very movie-halting bad moments in it. And it had some very, very... Like, I was bored in the theater at Canto Bight. I did not like Canto Bight one bit. I was annoyed at Admiral Holdo on screen in the theater. I was kind of bored by Rey and the whole Hall of Infinite Rays. Like, my mind was wandering there. But Star Trek or Star Wars? Star Trek. Star Trek is definitely more. I mean, yeah, I identify more as a Trekkie than a Star Wars fan. That being said, I grew up with both, so. But it just edges it out a little bit. But yeah, so who do we believe? You're giving all these awards because they're popular. This was kind of my issue with the Academy Awards back in the day, is that they would always give the Academy Awards to these obscure little foreign films or something that nobody ever heard of, and not the movies that people actually liked. And now they're doing with the Saturn Awards, I think, giving it to movies that people actually like, but they have no idea, you know, what they're doing, maybe? I mean, they're just giving all this shit to Black Panther. Did Black Panther really have the best production design? I mean, I don't know. I didn't see it, but whatever. It didn't look that interesting. It looked like another Marvel movie, in my opinion. See, now this I can get behind. We can congratulate the Orville on best science fiction television. I actually really like the Orville. I'm a huge fan of the Orville. I have nothing bad to say about the Orville. In fact, I kind of consider that to be Star Trek now, because Star Trek is just garbage now. Star Trek is the worst thing ever. Hello, Sin City Geek. Totally missed your comments. Saturn Awards are just more of the self-congratulatory bullshit. That's what I'm thinking. That's exactly what I'm thinking. I don't think they're actually anything that anybody needs to pay attention to. I love Star Trek the Orville. Me too. I love Star Trek the Orville. I was going to like condense this into a little video, but I figure we'll go live, because then we can like have some live reactions here. I didn't want to like start the day by going on a Twitter war. Man, best actor on television, Kyle MacLachlan for Twin Peaks, because it's 1994. You know, I heard that the Twin Peaks remake or reboot or continuation or whatever it is, I think it's a continuation. I heard that it was kind of hot garbage. Am I wrong? Has anybody seen it? And if they're giving Kyle MacLachlan an award for being like the best actor, he probably deserves it, because he is a very good actor. This is what's triggering me, though. I'm looking over here and I'm seeing I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it down here, and I don't want to talk about it yet. I don't want to talk about it yet. So let me go with Walking Dead. Best horror series, Walking Dead. Is it the only horror series, or is American Horror Story still on the air? I never watch things as they air. As a rule. I try not to anyway. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I don't, just because they're going to cancel it right away. Look at something like The Expanse. I was all set to give it a shot, and then I heard about a week later, oh yeah, it's canceled. And luckily from people like Doomcock brought it back, so awesome on you guys. Maybe I'll give the show a shot now. I do intend to watch it. But, you know, for like going and watching stuff as they air, I can't do it. I don't have cable anymore. I just can't do it. And for like best horror series, is Walking Dead still really good? Because I tuned out right around the time that they were at, now this is like a 4-year-old spoiler, by the way. I tuned out right around the time they were at the church, and they had like the cannibal stuff going on, and that's kind of where I really decided, you know, this show is absolutely boring. I don't care what happens to these people. Every time they spend an entire season trying to get the group back together, only to split up again. And they did it like 4 times in a row, 4 seasons in a row, and I think that was enough for me. Favorite sci-fi show you're currently watching? What am I currently watching? I don't think I'm currently watching anything anymore. I need to start The Expanse. What am I in the middle of? Crap. I don't think I'm actually watching anything right now. I might be a terrible person to comment on this. I don't think I'm actually watching any right now. Because, and that's mostly because I don't watch anything as it airs. Someone recommended The Expanse. I do need to watch The Expanse. I tuned out last year. Same story. They lost me on the comic book. Oh no. But yeah, like that's where I tuned out, when like they were feeding the guy his own leg or something. Or no, they didn't feed him his own leg. They took off his leg and ate it in front of him, but he had gotten bit. And I think the girl he was like the girlfriend of, was that Mikey Spock? Was that Sonequa Martin Green? I don't remember her. I just remember like there was a guy and he had a girlfriend, sorta, and she was like in the prison, but then like the people in the prison that I always fell asleep watching because they were so boring. There was like the segregated part of the prison that they kept the people away. Doomcock rules. He does. Do you watch Black Mirror? I've never seen Black Mirror. I need to watch it. Altered Carbon and Netflix is awesome. I'll need to check out some of these shows. When I go through Netflix, I absolutely hate how the browsing option is, because it only recommends me a bunch of shows I've already seen or don't want to watch. Like, it'll recommend all the stand-up comedy that I've already seen. So I do watch a lot of that type of stuff. I'm like, I've already seen this one. Why are you recommending it to me? and that's so annoying. I don't know why they do that. Best presentation on television, Twin Peaks. Like, I've heard nothing good about Twin Peaks. Best TV action thriller series, Better Call Saul. I do need to watch that. I really liked Breaking Bad when I watched it. And again, I watched it right as the series was going to end. I remember with Breaking Bad, they had the last season split into 2. So I came in right about a month before the last 6 episodes were airing. So I do need to watch more TV. I think I'm just so tired of it. I'm just tired of it. Star Wars Rebels. I do need to watch that too. One of these days I'll watch these. But man, this one really bothers me. Best new media show. Star Trek Discovery. You guys know how I feel about Star Trek Discovery. In my opinion, it is the worst written Star Trek I have ever seen. It is one of the worst things I think I've ever seen that thinks it's good. It is hands down the worst thing I've ever seen that thinks it's good. Like, at least with something like a B movie, like a Plan 9 from Outer Space, or a Ray Dennis Steckler movie or something, you at least know you're kind of getting a no-budget something obscure, something that's not going to have a lot of technical, specific, wonderful things in it. Yeah, new media show. What kind of category is that? Exactly. I think the new media show is I think it means like streaming service show or exclusive to a streaming service. But then again, you've got don't they have like a best Netflix show? So yeah, exactly. Like, why? Weren't you in the middle of Babylon Berlin? I was in the middle of Babylon Berlin. I do need to like watch the last 6 episodes. Worse than The Last Jedi. I think Star Trek Discovery is worse than The Last Jedi. The Last Jedi has its moments. The Last Jedi at least has some pretty amazing shots. It has Mark Hamill. Like, you have Luke Skywalker. You have Yoda. Even though Yoda's kind of nuts, you have Yoda at least in Last Jedi. You don't have anything good in Star Trek Discovery. You have a guy parading around acting like he's Harry Mudd, but not. Like Harry Mudd's evil twin or evil cousin. You have all these references to Star Trek with having no meaning behind it. You'll have the Star Trek Delta logo that wasn't even used in that time period, plastered all over everything like it's the Starfleet logo or something, and it's just not. Oh, Lord. Both have bad writing, though. Exactly. They both have bad writing, but the thing about Star Trek Discovery versus The Last Jedi is that The Last Jedi ended quicker. The Last Jedi was shorter. No. The Last Jedi, I think, had some moments. You know, you had some redeeming qualities. You at least had... I think if it wasn't for Mark Hamill, I probably would say that they're about the same. That scene was Chewie having dinner. Oh, see, I want to make a whole video on why the Porgs are the best characters in The Last Jedi. I think that might be a whole video on its own. But yeah, they do both have terrible writing. But for Star Trek Discovery to win a Best New Media show, a new media I assume is like an exclusive for streaming services or something. That's just an insult to every other show on any other streaming service. I mean, like, it's like they had to make up a category just so they could give it an award. You know, when you have no competition, what was its competition, I wonder? I don't even know. I could probably pull it up on the wiki. Let me find it on the wiki. Saturn Award wiki. They have a wiki. They do have a wiki. I'm using the Dumb Collider article. Let me find out what the competition was. Winners and nominees. Film and Television Special Award. Is it a special award? Best Writing Actress, Supporting Actress, Makeup, Independent Film. Here we go. Here we go. Here's the whole list of what I should be going over. Where's the new media? New media. I don't even see it. Did I scroll past it? So we got supporting actors, new media. Oh, okay. So the new media television series that they're going for is oh no. So Philip K. Dick's Electric Dreams, which we all know is what Blade Runner was based on. Stranger Things. No. Star Trek Discovery is not better than Stranger Things. It took me 6 months to finish Stranger Things only because it kind of got a little boring. It never pissed me off to the level that Star Trek Discovery pisses me off. Let's see. Black Mirror, Handmaid's Tale, I haven't watched it, and Altered Carbon. So, yeah, these are basically like streaming exclusive sort of shows that it won against. Yes, it's special. It got a special award for participation because it's the snowflake of Star Trek, apparently. Oh, Lord. And who did Sonequa go up against? Apparently, people defend her acting all the time. I have never seen anything that I can even remember her being decent in. She does not come across as somebody who can pull off a dignified Star Trek sort of role. And I know she's probably not supposed to or not trying to, but man. Special turd dipshittery. That's a good one. I just call it STD for short. Wow, Altered Carbon is far superior as pure sci-fi cyberpunk. Wow. And that's so insulting. How do you give it to Star Trek Discovery? All right, so let's see. Sonequa Martin Green went up against Gillian Anderson. Yeah, Gillian Anderson's a better actress in my opinion. I don't know who this person was on Outlander. I don't know who this person is on Supergirl. She seems kind of young, so maybe she's just... Oh, no. No. No, you didn't. I have seen a lot of Game of Thrones. I haven't seen all of Game of Thrones. I guess that's one I'm kind of watching right now. I'm 2 seasons behind, so I know that, like, I got a rough season and then it kind of gets better. No, unless Lena Headey does something horribly wrong and just starts breaking character every 5 seconds, there is no way she's better. There's no way that Sonequa Martin Green is better. Adrian Palicki, again. no way Sonequa Martin Green is better than Adrian Palicki. Thing about the Orville, Kelly Grayson comes across as, like, they really did some amazing things with Kelly Grayson as a character on the Orville. They kind of make you, they set her up to where you don't like her because she's the cheating wife, right? For anybody who hasn't seen the Orville, watch the Orville. It's amazing. There will be some spoilers here. And so they set her up as this cheating girlfriend who goes on this sort of journey to kind of correct some of the mistakes, because she still really feels strongly and cares for Ed Mercer. Like, they care about each other. They're family, even though they're not married. Like, I've certainly had relationships like that where you care about somebody even if you're not with them, and you still root for them and stuff even though you're not a couple. And that to me is a far more mature, intelligent way of writing a character than some bitch who has Sarix Katra in her, and that's the only reason why she's smart. But she's completely inept at everything else. And, you know, Mikey Spock. Commander Grayson can sing, whereas Mikey Spock can't even canon. Yes. Yes, Monkey Zor, you got it right. Absolutely. but seriously, though, like, for the story arc that they give her, and they go out of their way to make sure, you know, she's a very competent first officer. She knows her shit as far as her job. She goes out of her way to find people under her employ, I guess, who she can kind of rise up to their potential. And that's kind of what she did with I can't remember his name. Jay Lee plays him. I can't remember his character name. And he went from the helm to the engineer, and they give him a character arc too, where you kind of dislike him, and then they come back around, and these are amazing characters. That's what you do. You kind of make somebody a little annoying, a little irritating. You don't make them punchable. Mikey Spock is punchable. That character has no redeeming qualities. I can't stand the sight of her. I can't stand anything she does. I can't stand any time she's on screen, and I think. How much can you blame on the actor? How much can you blame on the director? How much can you blame on the writing? 5-Star Game is here. I have no idea. I haven't seen him yet. The lightheartedness of the Orville's was lacking in STD, yes. Chief Engineer Lamar. John Lamar, that's his name. I remember, like, sometimes I'll remember the actors' names versus the character names. But no, I don't think... no, I don't think Sonequa Martin Green acted better than Lena Headey, Adrian Palicki, any of these people. Mary Elizabeth Winstead on Fargo. I don't know. I'd have to see her. I think I've seen her on some things. Sarah Paulson on American Horror Story. Again, I haven't seen her. Oh, apparently that's still on the air. I haven't seen that. I probably need to watch that. It's weird how saying Mikey Spock sets me off now. She sets me off, and it's. You know, nothing against the actress personally. I don't know you. I don't think you're doing a very good job in this role. So, based on everything I've seen, I don't think she can act, but I can't act either, so that's okay. I'm not an actor. Performers by younger actors on television series. These are kids. I don't even care about the kid actors. David Lynch in Twin Peaks. So, a lot of stuff that I don't watch. It looks like Michelle Yeoh was nominated for guest appearance on Discovery. Michelle Yeoh, I got some problems with how she was kind of used as the, here you go, China, we have something for you. Come on, China, you want this. She was kind of used to kind of race bait them into liking the show, I think, a little bit, but that's just me. Man, I am really unhappy that Star Trek Discovery won anything. Like, how can you go up against any of these? Like, I haven't even heard anything good about The Handmaid's Tale, but shit, it's got to be better than Discovery, right? Switched over here. Oh, thank you. I'm trying to watch both chats to it. I kind of stream over there out of habit more than anything. I'll dual stream, and it's a little safer to dual stream because then you're not going from your own IP. So I do like that. It's 100 degrees out, is it? Oh, nice. Just like Vegas. Actually, Vegas is probably 115. Alright, best animated series on film or television. How does Family Guy get... They made a Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs TV series? Okay, I'm gonna have to watch that one. So Star Wars Rebels one. How do you guys feel about that? How do you guys feel about Rebels winning? I've heard good things about Rebels. I've heard, like, it starts off kind of meh, but, like, the ending of season 2 was amazing. Best new media superhero series. Oh, so all the superhero things, like, went their own... They have their own genre, right? It was good. Star Wars Rebels was good. See, I need to check out these. I need to actually sit down and watch some of these before I can really have a lot of opinions about them. My biggest beef is with Star Trek Discovery, man. I don't know what's up with that. Best Blu-ray or DVD special edition release. Night of the Living Dead on Criterion again. All right. Hopefully they gave some good. Hopefully they gave some good bonuses on that one. Night of the Living Dead. Because how many times I've got like 10 copies of Night of the Living Dead on my shelf back behind me. The first 3 seasons of Rebels were good, but season 4 was so-so. First season was kind of meh, but they tie it all together and it gets better each season. Okay. They re-released Suspiria? Oh, see, now I gotta buy that. If they re-released Suspiria. I ended up getting Suspiria back in the day when it came out on DVD because it had the soundtrack. I think Suspiria probably might edge out Phenomena as my favorite Dario Argento movie just because of the soundtrack. And I mean, Jessica Harper is amazing too. I mean, can you really go between Jessica Harper and Jennifer Connelly though? Like, they're both pretty awesome. Reanimator came back. This is more my area of expertise is like the horror. I can talk about horror stuff all day. The Speed Racer Collector's Edition. I did want to get the Speed Racer Collector's Edition. I don't have the kind of cash for it. Isn't it the one that came in his head and it had like the whole Japanese thing and the whole American thing? I did want to get that. That looked really good. There's just no way. Because then you got the original Mahagogo. I'm mispronouncing it. Oh, the Dracula Legacy Collection. That's cool too. I would probably buy all those. What do you guys think? What do you guys think of the Saturn Awards? Is this just stupid? Is this something that we even care about? Or is this just more bullshit from the industry trying to spin the buzz that what they think to spin what they think is good versus what fans think is good? I mean, at least the Orville won. I think if the Orville didn't win, then it probably would have discredited the whole thing, the whole Saturn Awards. Because if you look at it, the fan score on Rotten Tomatoes was like 80% for the Orville, and the critic score was what, 12%? So there's gotta be something fishy going on with these scores. Twin Peaks: The Return, Descendants, Doctor Who: Twice Upon a Time. I didn't see that. Oh yeah, I did see that. That was the one. That was the Christmas special, right? I did see that. That's actually pretty good. I just wanted to like express my disdain for Sonequa Martin Green winning a Saturn Award. Why, and Discovery in general. Like, what do you guys think? Do you think Star Trek Discovery is just terrible? I have such a beef with it. Between Sonar in Space and just inconsistent writing, setting up these characters like they're in the mirror universe all along, only to go into the mirror universe. Like, you don't have characters that go out of their way to talk down to prisoners, be just downright nasty, horrible people, go in and do idiotic things like to go and tear a claw off of a giant monster that can rip a Klingon in half. Knowing that gas doesn't work, you're gonna go in there and try and rip its claw off, you dumb bitch. Oh boy, I hate that. I hate that. I hate the show so much, and I laughed when that character died. There's so many problems with Star Trek Discovery that there's no reason it should have won anything other than a Razzie. Like, I seriously heard, that was my first thought, is, oh, they won a Razzie. Like, I just googled Rotten Tomatoes, 23 and 93 for the Orville. That makes sense. That really makes sense to me. Like, there's got to be something going on with these critics where they think, I mean, and how much of this is just the shill media being paid off or being like encouraged to, or even subconsciously, you get treated to a nice enough premiere, you're gonna have a good time no matter what, even if the movie's not that great. And you're not going to be able to give it a fair judgment for the most part, because even subconsciously you're going to be like, yeah, but they were really nice to me and they gave me a gift. It's our human nature to not look a gift horse in the mouth and not throw somebody's gift back in their face by saying, yeah, thank you so much for letting me see this movie for free and giving me this party, but your movie's terrible and I hate you. We're not going to do that as a species, right? You'd love to award both a large shit. That's Star Trek Discovery. Yeah, last year, even when, like, before it came out, when I started seeing all pictures of, like, the Klingons and how everything was redesigned, and I even made a joke when I was doing a painting video game where I painted a giant poop emoji and I named it Star Trek Discovery because that's what I thought it would be, and of course, it's even more than that. I would shit on my favorite saga and I'd throw my drink in your face, but then that's just me. Well, I know. Some of us are still I think a lot of the case with the media that they bring in to review these things, they don't understand. They're not part of the fandom. They don't have the emotional attachment to it like we do. I have an emotional attachment to Star Trek. That's my kind of go-to model of how I want to be and how I want to represent myself in the world. And sometimes I'm not like that. Sometimes I'm crass and abrasive and brutal and brutally honest with people sometimes. You know, if somebody's doing something absolutely idiotic, I will point it out, especially if it's something on a TV show that I kind of strive to be better than myself because of, you know? The producers don't just invite reviewers of the movie. They also get to go to big parties where they can network. They'll give good reviews because they don't want to be left out. Exactly. If you start attacking something, or if you say something negative, or people really flock to that as kind of a, well, we're gonna gang up on you now, or we're gonna just blacklist you. We won't include you in the next one because you didn't like our last one. And I think a lot of the media realize that, and a lot of the media kind of give these less than brutal reviews because in the back of their head they know that, even on the subconscious level they know that. And I think it's kind of crazy. What do you guys think? I don't understand why they do that. Oh man, yeah, I'm not seeing like a whole lot of these things that should have won. Oh man, did Kingsman, I needed to watch that. I need to watch the Kingsman sequel. Baby Driver won. Oh man. So this is telling me basically that Baby Driver was less good than The Greatest Showman. Now that I'm looking here. We were talking about Greatest Showman earlier. Dunkirk wasn't as good as The Greatest Showman? Really? I wanted to see Dunkirk. I heard nothing but good things about that. I did see Baby Driver. I really enjoyed it. I loved how the music and the camera and it was like a music video. I loved how everything just worked, and Edgar Wright has this way of doing that, where the music and the editing, the way he cuts at a certain time that flows perfectly with the music, so you know everything is right on beat as it should be, and then later on in the movie, you know, everything's just off. Everything's just slightly wrong. Something's going on. Something's wrong here. And I love that about Baby Driver. I picked that up in the theater. I want to see it again. That was such a good movie. It's how the Collider and Screen Junkies crowd work, and Nerdist, and yeah, I know. And this is why I get upset when people call a lot of the smaller channels shills. I've been called a shill myself. I had no subscribers when I was called a shill. I got called a shill, and I still remember this by some snot-nosed little puke who decided that I was a shill because I was playing a game on my channel. Yeah, I am a person who purchased a game with my own money, purchased a very expensive device to play the game, to capture it on a 3DS, and I am a shill because I'm being in debt $700 to play this game for my channel, basically. Been escaping into the Saga's EU for 30 plus years when I want to get away from it all. And these SJW shitbag ass clowns just shut that door. Yes. Awards have no credibility anymore. I know, we need to have like our own award show of what we actually like. Maybe some sort of Fandom Menace award show. Yeah, but you're exactly right. You're exactly right. You go to these movies for the escapism. You don't go to be preached at that, you know, we need droid rights, or we need women to be in charge. We don't need women to be in charge unless they're qualified. We don't need women in charge just because they have a vagina. You don't need any of that sort of mentality, and it's so annoying that they do that. Like, that's one of the whole... I gotta go off on this for a second. One of my hugest problems with The Last Jedi and The Force Awakens, they use somebody like Captain Phasma as a token of this strong, female, awesome woman, right? And we see who it is. It's like, oh my god, it's Gwendolyn Christie. She plays Brienne. Brienne's amazing. Brienne took down the Hound, right? No, they did nothing with her character. She just kind of stood there, looked shiny, and said a couple of snarky things to somebody she should have never even noticed. She shouldn't have even remembered the guy's name. And she gets, what, thrown out in the garbage? She got thrown away in one, and then she got burned up in the second one. She'll probably come back and get squished in something in the third one. And everybody kept asking her, and I feel so bad for the actress having to go on all these press junkets, because you know you're sitting there being asked the same question for 3 days or something in a row by the same idiot sort of fanboy media people, and they always ask you the same question over and over again. So of course she's gonna get a little snarky or give some weird answers. And there's some great clips of her giving weird answers, but when they ask her what Phasma's character is and how she's a strong female character, she doesn't have an answer, because she's not a strong female character. Her only character is that she's female. That's not a character. That's a gender, you know? Female is not a character. Oh god, it's so annoying. The same thing with, like, anytime you use a character like that and their only quality is, oh well, she's a strong woman. How? She's a woman? Same thing with Admiral Holdo. She's a strong female character because she puts a man in his place. Okay, so she's a cunt. Great. Move on. That's not a strong female character. That's a bitch. She's making Poe into a bitch. You completely wasted a good character. Or a perfectly good actor. Exactly. Like, you know, you have somebody like Gwendolyn Christie who is built as tall as a man, as broad-shouldered. You know, she has a certain body type that she can play these very weighty... I don't want to say weighty. That's not the right word. She can play these sort of powerful, physique women. She can play Amazon. She can play fighters. She can play sword fighters. She can do all these things because she has the size and the stature to stand up against a man. And you know, and I hate using like men and women this way, but men and women are genetically different in a lot of ways. Males tend to be, for the most part, larger in stature, taller, stronger, tend to be, not in every case, but they tend to be. And so when you have a woman like that who is physically on par with a lot of men, and you only use her because she's a woman, well, you could have used anybody. Why did you use Brienne of Tarth when you could have used any... You know, you could use that 16-year-old girl, Enfys Nest, or whatever the crap. That's another one I need to go off on, but... Kenny's actually doing the opposite of what she wants. She's making the weakest female characters ever. Exactly. She's insulting female characters everywhere by lessening them to basically walking vaginas. That's all you are. You're just a walking pussy. And that's all. Doomcock sent me. Well, thank you so much for being here from Doomcock. He's an amazing guy. You gotta love Doomcock. He's so cool. Yeah, he's one of my personal heroes here. If I can get my... He's one of my personal heroes. you gotta love Doomcock. Yes, all hail Doomcock. He's absolutely like my personal hero, I think. Definitely a role model. But yeah, when we live in a world where everyone's a winner and special, that means you are abnormal or have disabilities. This is what we get. I know. We need to stop this whole participation. You know, you don't get a medal just for being here. You need to actually do something with the fact. And oh my god, I was getting into so many debates on Twitter with the Star Trek Discovery people. Star Trek Discovery. I gotta calm down. Somebody had the balls to tell me on Twitter, don't the Star Trek Discovery writers deserve the chance to write Star Trek? Don't they deserve the right to have their dream realized of writing Star Trek? Oh, no, you didn't. First off, you have the privilege of asking my approval on your episode of Star Trek Discovery. If your dream was to write for Star Trek, that's fine. Sadly, most of them, their dream was to be Gilmore Girls writers, because that's where they all came from. And secondly, no one deserves to write anything. You can apply for the job of writer, or however you get into it. You can hand in a script. If your dream is to be a Star Trek writer, there are people who are very good and competent Star Trek writers. We lost one recently, Harlan Ellison. There are high quality writers you should aspire to be like, instead of turning in this garbage shit that you pass for Star Trek. Star Trek is not about people doing stupid things, shoving their coworkers out of the way because they're a cunt. It's not about getting your captain killed. It's not about giving a medal to somebody who brings back Space Hitler, almost causes a genocide, and then we give her a fucking medal for it? No, this is not good writing. You do not deserve to have your dream of being a Star Trek writer realized. You also do not deserve to have my applause for trying. You don't get to try to be a Star Trek writer when you write shit like Discovery. I'm sorry. Sorry if I'm missing you guys in chat. I get livid on this, and I get kind of calm and quiet. I'll get shaky, but I will. The more of a whisper I get to, the more rage I am. But yeah, I just left a novel and world class bullshitters wearing a no holds barred. Give my opinion on John Kasdan. I thought it was on par with Shakespeare, but then I'm rather biased. These people think they're owed the privilege of writing for one of the greatest franchises of all time, and they barely deserve to be writing for the Gilmore Girls. Exactly. The problem is we don't have Gene's vision. Same shit as Star Wars. The new franchise keepers don't respect the original visions and spirit of the franchises. Yes, they don't. So for somebody to say, you know, oh, well, at least they tried. I've had people also on, I think on a Doomcock video, like, oh, well, at least they tried. What universe do we live in now that you give somebody an award and applaud their TV show for trying? Oh, you tried to write Star Trek. Good for you, you special snowflake. This is why I want a shirt for I want a Doomcock shirt. I want to design one. Doomcock with his electric energy coming out of his fingertips, melting snowflakes. Melting snowflakes since 2017. Copyright me. So I want him to make that shirt. If anybody like me who knows Doomcock, I could probably just ask him to make that shirt and he probably would do it. Wrath of Khan or Undiscovered Country. Wrath of Khan. All the way. Khan. Khan. All the way. Is that eBay ESP clone reviewed by Max? I don't know. I don't know. Try doesn't work with the $250 million budget. They're $8 million an episode on Star Trek Discovery, and the best they can do is try to be Star Trek. You could steal fan fiction from anywhere on the internet. You had to go and steal somebody's tardigrade video game. What the fuck, people? Because I mean, in case you guys didn't know, the whole tardigrade Spore Drive video game thing was on Steam Greenlight a few years ago. we've been ignoring Jean's vision since the Borg showed up, saying Jean's vision was the one and only is silly. Well, yes and no. Yes and no. Star Trek has kind of become this thing where so many of us fans know it to be this optimistic hopeful viewpoint of humanity, where we try and work together through, like, everybody's, I hate using the word celebrating our differences, but you use other people's strengths if you don't have them yourself. Like, if somebody's strength is being a telepath, you can work together with that person, where where your strength might be physical strength and their strength might be mental strength. You come together in this diverse community, celebrating each other's strengths and differences, and working together towards this positive viewpoint of humanity, this positive outlook on what we can accomplish if we kind of work together and put our differences aside. And when they write some of the garbage, like she was Tori on Babylon 5 or Battlestar Galactica, Rika Sharma, her character on Discovery. When you write her character like that, you don't understand what Star Trek is. You could say, yes, Lorca knew her in the other universe, so he brought her here, but why is she a mustache twirling villain practically in our quote-unquote prime universe? Why is her character going in and trying to tear a claw off of Ripper? Why is she so snotty to Mikey Spock? I would be snotty to Mikey Spock, but I think she's a bitch, and I don't think I'm evolved to the point where I would be ever allowed on a starship. And that's kind of my point. Why are we putting asshole people like we see in real life on a starship in Starfleet? How did they pass the exams? How did they pass psychology, exams and tests? How did they pass anything to be allowed on a starship? Femora is better than OBS. No hate. I know. I'm using OBS. I am using OBS. I probably don't need this up anymore anyway. I just use OBS because I'm used to it from gaming and stuff. Still on Hoodie says, Lick Ass Film Limited. We make some shit films. Yeah, that's kind of the thing. Oh, BSG. Loved Ron Moore's BSG. I loved it too. I've got it back somewhere. Under my head. Back there. I do have it. I loved it, and I loved the fact that something like that can be dark and edgy. Something like that where humanity is kind of struggling to survive. We're not struggling to survive on Star Trek Discovery. She was kind of a mean, nasty bitch even before she started the Klingon War. Mikey Spock, I mean. Why? I get so worked up on Star Trek Discovery. That really, I hate using the word triggered too, but that triggered me hearing that she won, that Sonequa Martin Green won for playing the most despicably unwatchable and punchable character in my opinion. And I don't even think she does a very good job as portraying somebody who is supposed to be carrying around a Vulcan inside of her head. I'm sorry. She's just not. She's not good at it. We've had better examples of that. Scott Bakula did a much better job when he was carrying around Sirach's Katra inside of him, or whatever was it. I'm probably misspeaking again. I get worked up on these things, man. Damn, I hate that character. There's so many characters but yes, the whole point of like Star Trek to me is this optimistic, hopeful look on the future. In a way of like, I mean, just look at any Q episode where he tests us. Like, if Q had tested anybody on Star Trek Discovery, he would say, yeah, you guys aren't ready to be out here, and he would just wipe them all out. He would just snap his fingers and make them gone, and I would love to see that happen. But there is no way Sonequa Martin Green's Mikey Spock or anybody on that ship really would have. I mean, maybe Saru. Saru had his moments where he's like, yeah, we're actually going to do this. Saru had some good moments as captain when he was allowed to have good moments as captain, but the only thing I would keep from BSG remade was the 1, documentary like filming, 2, the ship designs, and 3, the silent designs. only I would have had more than a few models. And then for the unknowns. I liked Battlestar Galactica's remake. She might be a good actress. I don't know, but she's poor on STD. All the so-called characters are just ciphers. They are. She's not good on STD. She's not. She emotes weird. She does weird facial expressions. She does facial expressions like somebody like me who's absolutely socially awkward who can't act would do while trying to act. She had these romances that are so wooden. I for lack of a better word, they're wooden. She's not pulling off anything good. I don't believe any of the romance stuff. Yeah, it was Sirach's Katra the Archer had. Yay, I got the Vulcan right. I have him. I play him on Star Trek Timelines. I use him as my go-to. Both Archer and McCoy struggle with having a Katra inside their minds, but Mikey Spock just deals with it like it's as easy as blinking. Yeah, and that's not the type of thing you can really carry around in your head for, especially for that long. Like, did she get it back? Did she give it back to him? Is that why? Then that's another thing. You're not really supposed to carry around somebody's soul for that long for no reason. On a deity to prevent the use of the spore drive. I would love it if you got Keegan Delancey back in the next season to basically be a young Q, or even the Q that that Q and the female Q had in Voyager when Keegan Delancey played the young Q. You could bring him back because, you know, they can go wherever they want in time and space. I would love to see that and just have them wipe out Discovery from existence. I love when I refer to it as an STD. I do too. It's such a derogatory term, but I just have such loathing for that show. She has two faces, constipated and even more constipated. She kind of does. She looks confused and smug. She looks smug and arrogant and confused. And there are times when she should not look smug or arrogant, and it's very punchable. You know, you get somebody like Claudia Christian Ivanova on Babylon 5, very strong, almost arrogant, but she doesn't come across as arrogant because her character is that good. Her character is that awesome. She has her moments where, you know, her Ivanova's always right speech, but she's not annoying about it. You're like, yeah, you are right. I love you. You know, she's one of my favorite characters she's one of my favorite female characters of all time. Certainly one of my favorites on Babylon 5. And you can do strong female characters without making them bitches. I don't know. I don't love STD. I just feel disappointment. Ivanova, now there's a character. Exactly. I'm a Babylon 5 fan. I think I probably like Babylon 5 a little bit more than Star Trek. Likable and or understandable is a must. Yeah, I mean, you can have a character that's annoying at the start of a series, and then you can work your way up to them. Because in the Orville is a perfect example. They made Kelly kind of annoying and unlikable. Not punchable, you know. They're like, oh, you did that, you know. But I think the Orville fan base are old enough to know that, yeah, people kind of do stupid shit, especially in relationships. I think everybody's done something stupid that they regret in a relationship once in their life, and but they redeemed her. I think they really redeemed her, and I think she's such a good friend to Ed, and you can see that they care about each other so much. They did something really similar with a character I didn't like on Stargate. I was a huge Stargate fan, still am, and they made Dr. McKay kind of this annoying character that people didn't like that much from SG-1 as like a couple of guest spots, and they made him sort of annoying and obnoxious in the beginning of Atlantis, but you know what? They made him probably one of my favorite characters of all time in the Stargate universe, for sure, if not all time, period, by making him grow, giving him some character development, giving him some times to be better than what you expect him to be. And I think that's a huge mistake that they're not doing in Star Trek Discovery, is they're making somebody too despicable, and then they're trying too hard to make them like, oh, but they're great. You need to love them, you know? I loved SG-1 until the Ori stuff. Atlantis ended way too soon. Yes. Kelly's annoying, but I don't think that reflects on her as an actress. She should discuss Ed with junior officers. I don't think she should discuss Ed with junior officers. Well, yeah, that's true. I can see your point there. Well, you said what I said. What did I say? Did I say what you said? McKay, yes. Starts out being super annoying. I totally missed that. I'm sorry. Didn't like Voyager. I doubt I'll give it STD a chance. I already got to taste bile in my mouth when I watched The Last Jedi. Yeah, if you're disappointed with Voyager and a lot of the stuff that they did there, I will tell you this: Voyager is probably a million times better than Discovery. Voyager to me was very much. It started out kind of weak. I was super excited for, like, oh my god, we have a new female captain. I was a teenager. I was kind of drinking the Kool-Aid still of women are better than men. But, so I was super excited then that we had a female captain on Voyager. I didn't like the first, season with the Kazon and Seska and all that stuff. It got better. It did get better once Kes left, once we got 7 of 9, once we got more Borg stuff. But, there's still there's some stinkers. There's some bad episodes of Voyager. There's some stuff I don't agree with that Janeway did for sure. But Kes was abysmal. Yeah, I'm not a big Kes fan. There's some moments in Voyager that are pretty cringy looking back. But man, there was never a time, and I said this today on a comment that I responded to on another video, on a Trek Yards video actually, that I kind of somebody's comment was that people tend to like judge harshly, but then they forget that people had a problem with Enterprise and with Deep Space Nine and Voyager. Yes, they did. My issue with Deep Space Nine initially when I didn't watch it was it was kind of darkly lit. It was a lot of characters I didn't know. And I didn't understand what was going on because I didn't watch anything in order. My issue with Enterprise was the Xindi War was kind of stupid and annoying, went on too long. My issue with Discovery is I'm yelling enraged at the screen, saying fuck you to the Klingons, wanting to punch the main character in the face for being so incompetent, wanting to punch pretty much every character on the show for being so incompetent. So there's a huge difference between me being like kind of irritated at a show and not really into it, and being I hate this show, I want to cause harm to every character on it, and I really hate the people who written the show as well. 1 followed by 100 zeros. Googleplex. Voyager is a Googleplex, better than STD. Yeah, okay, I gotta go back. Because we're so boring. Yes. Made it seem stationary instead of traveling back to Earth. Yeah, I think them having the recurring Kazon. Holy crap, Maharito's now following me over on Twitch. Thank you so much, Maharito, for the pop-up over on Twitch. I know you. You're one of our Legionnaires. DS9 had the best reoccurring character. Yes. DS9. Oh my god. Even Enterprise got some really good ones, but I think a lot of that has to do with Jeffrey Combs. When Enterprise had Shran come back all the time, I loved that. I love that character, that kind of love-hate bromance almost between Archer and Shran, where they had this respect and understanding for each other, and I loved that. Like, they had, there was a lot of similar stuff like that between, like, probably more in the love-hate, like, hate relationship between Londo and Jakar on Babylon 5, for sure. But DS9's recurring characters with, I mean, Wayun, again, Jeffrey Combs. Brunt, Jeffrey Combs. Who else did he play? I'm forgetting some. Yeah, Sharon was great. I heard he was going to be a regular in season 5 if it happened. And I'm sad about that. I love Jeffrey Combs. Andrew Robinson, Garrick, over on Deep Space Nine. Oh my god. Andrew Robinson. But I come from being a fan of Hellraiser back in the day too, so. And like, Garrick was probably one, I think Garrick is my all-time favorite Star Trek character ever. And that's coming from a show I didn't like that much when I first saw it. Now, I didn't like Deep Space Nine that much when I first saw it. I actively hate Star Trek Discovery for, like, watching it, rewatching it, picking it apart for every little inconsistency, every little thing. Shran was a little racist. He was a little, he was going around pink skin. But, and then that's the thing. And I loved how Archer dealt with him and the Tellarites, and I loved, that's Star Trek to me, is getting people who don't necessarily agree to sit down and talk things out. And that's not what Discovery does. Discovery does not do that at all. Garrick is larger than life. Yes. Well, it was you, Mahaviz, that had I don't know. Are we allowed to talk about the Power Hour stuff outside of Power Hour? Because Mahavi's brought in an awesome thing for a dramatic reading. So we got to hear Doomcock's Garrick, and that's about all I'll say about that. They started getting over it by the end of the series. Yeah, Sharon did start getting over his racism a bit because him and Archer became, good friends, right? I never get the lizard people's names right. The lizard people in Babylon 5. I love Babylon 5 and Farscape. I need to watch Farscape. Viking bitch has been telling me, watch Farscape. So yes, I need to watch that. She seems very much, like, her taste seems very similar to something like that I would like. So I think I would probably like Farscape. I didn't like the whole Bajoran and Cardassian conflict. Also, I never liked the attitude. We'll put this a bit of latex on their face. Now they're an alien race. One reason I love B5 and Farscape. Yeah, I didn't like the forehead thing for Bajorans, but you have the first rule, and this is another thing I hate about Discovery. The first rule with an actor is you have a pretty actress. Why are you covering their whole face with something? And they fixed that with Delenn. You see Delenn in the pilot episode of Babylon 5. She has like a chin piece and cheek pieces, and she's just fully covered. And then you see her, and they remove a lot of that. And then she goes through the cocoon process, and they remove even more. But at the end of the day, you've got a pretty actress. Why are you covering her up? Look at Mary Chieffo. Mary Chieffo is a really pretty actress. I have such an irritation for the fact that, if you're going to show us these Klingons, make them sexy. Shit. There's some hot Klingons on Star Trek. I don't like these new Discovery Klingons. They're not sexy. And that's so annoying that's the tits you see. You see the scaly, fugly McScaly tits, as Doomcock says. Nose and ears are what makes a Trek alien. And that's kind of my own thing. I never was a huge fan of Michael Westmore's makeup. Bud Westmore, yes, in the 60s with the Munster stuff, and in the old Universal days, yes, Bud Westmore was amazing. I think Michael Westmore might have been it's like hiring your son instead of it's the Han Solo writing syndrome, I think, but maybe to a lesser extent, because at least Michael Westmore can do makeup, and at least he has some really good makeup designs. He's not a complete and utter failure like Kasdan's son, but makeup was always a budget thing. At least they came up with a canon explanation for it. Yeah, okay. See, if it's a budget thing, then I can understand that. I don't want to throw shade at Michael Westmore. I think he's fine. But no, I did definitely like Babylon 5's makeup better, because I think they did better things with the noses on aliens. And if you saw Jakar, like they gave him a full open robe, like chest piece that went all the way down to his navel, I think. And it was good. They did some good makeup on Babylon 5. If we had the same Farscape Henson studio team with the Lucas era LTD making Star Wars, it would have been fucking amazing. Yes. Yeah. I think it all just depends on your makeup and your effects people and what you're trying to do with it. I mean, I appreciate that the booby monster that Luke milked was a practical effect. It was actually there. It was a puppet. I don't think that was the way to do it. I don't think we didn't need to see his daily life so much. We didn't need to see, okay, and then he goes fishing, and then he milks a sea cow, and then, is one of the deleted scenes him taking a dump too? We don't need to see these daily things. We kind of can figure, okay, he's on an island, there's probably food, done. We don't care. We don't need to see this. Hello, Wolfie the Tie Explosion. You really need to check out Farscape to know what I mean by that. Well, I know Farscape had a lot of puppets and animatronic sort of things. I'm pretty sure that they weren't they the same, like similar people who made like the Thor puppet on SG-1? Hello, Chatflocks over on Twitch. Welcome. I was so bored with the Klingons after Enterprise. It felt like no change since the motion picture. They like to fight. Okay, I get it. Well, and that's another point. Why did they bring in the Klingons for Discovery? Why couldn't they had any other race? Why couldn't they have explored any other time frame? Why did it have to be 10 years before the Enterprise? Oh, because nobody's going to watch it without the references, because that's what nerd culture is today. Nerd culture is pop figures and references to things that are nerdy, not actual nerds who were ashamed of being nerds. Like, we were embarrassed to be nerds back in our day. You didn't come out of the closet as a nerd, or else you would be locked in a closet or a locker or thrown in a dumpster, or your head would be in a toilet. You would be bullied if you were a nerd back in my day. So that's a video for me. I'm gonna have to do that. As an economy or society function where it'd be a warrior and they had everything else. They've gone more into the Klingon thing of they've gotten more into these the Klingon backstories of, you know, you have different castes or classes of Klingons. Was it castes? And they have you have scientists, you have healers. They're just a little less respected in society than the warriors. I mean it's a lot more developed than it seems. But, you know. What's a Saturn Award? It's a thing where people give rewards to bad shows like Star Trek, but good shows like the Orville, so we don't know. I guess it's a Hollywood circle jerk award show. Give each other blowjobs and kiss each other's ass all day. I'm not a nerd. Neither am I. I'm a music geek. I'm a snob. I guess I'm a hipster. It should have been the Gorn. They should have been anything. They could have been the Gorn. They could have been, God, what are some of the other races I just can't think of off the top of my head? Hollywood circle jerk, that's the Oscars. That could be the Oscars. Oh, hurry, just subscribe. Thank you so much for the subscribing, for the sub over there. Luke's Big Finish was alright, but totally, I didn't see what that says. Oh, here. But totally effect without experiencing whatever epic struggle must have effectively broken him. No second act, so much waste. Yes. Thank you so much for the Twitch Prime subscription for 2 months in a row. Awesome. Yeah, we have that. We have sponsors on YouTube also. That's supposed to be a gaming thing, but you know, we do have the sponsor thing. But yeah, this is another lame reward show just for sci-fi and fantasy. Well, they gave stuff to other things. I guess they do horror and comic book stuff as well. I was a nerd when you could still be chased with pitchforks. Me too. That's 80s nerds though. Like these kids today don't even know what it's like to be discriminated against if you are a nerd. They're just like, oh, we buy pop figures, we go see Marvel movies, we're nerds. No, you're not. You're goddamn trendy. Get off my lawn.
Greetings, my excellent
Thank you so much for
friend.
subscribing over on YouTube here. I super appreciate it, you guys. It's probably doubling the audio because I don't have my headphones in. That's nerd pride. We need like an actual OG nerd pride sort of thing. I think somebody on Twitter is OG nerd though. I don't want to take their handle. Let's see. Then there's a Farscape comic which takes off after the Peacekeeper Wars, which I would love to see into a new series, but then we never get what we want. Yeah. Like I would love to see Crusade come back and finish up. I would love to see. You know, we need a Babylon 5 sequel where they actually finish what the show Crusade started, because at the end of Babylon 5, I think I want to say it was one of the movies. The Drac released a plague on the Earth, like a nano plague. Crusade goes off to find a cure for it from some of the old technology that all of the old races, like the Shadows and the Vorlons, left behind on all these little planets, and they set it up in as the Drac being the Shadows' kind of protege race, I suppose would be the thing. I didn't like Crusade. I can see why people didn't like Crusade. I like having more of a broad story universe, but I can definitely see why people didn't like Crusade. Why is my video 4:3? I don't know. It should not be. We are streaming at 1080, so I don't know. I'm streaming at 1080. It might be because the quality. Let me look at that. Yeah, I'm streaming at 1080, so. Oh, they moved my camera. I don't know, because my camera sucks. Is it... because my camera's not set to widescreen? Oh, okay. It's the camera. Yeah. Well, I mean, we got stuff on the side of the picture. I just don't have anything. I'm sorry. I figured having my background there. It looks HD, that's why I'm surprised. Yeah, I'm this weekend, I am changing out to this camera. I think this camera does widescreen. It's a good 1080. But yeah, I'm changing out cameras this weekend, so. Looks like you're surrounded by Tron. I know. Well, this is my 80s background. You know, because I totally am one of those trendy, like, hipster kids who like the 80s and stuff. Here. So there's my background one. That's what's underneath me. I don't mind being surrounded by Tron. I watched that as a kid. But I am gonna switch out cameras this week sometime. I'm using actually my webcam instead of like a phone. I don't have a cell phone. I would normally use my tablet for like for if I do an unboxing or something from another room, I do use my tablet. But this way I can have my good microphone and my good camera. Well, my stationary camera. But I'm gonna hook up a better camera. I did steal one from somebody. But thank you guys so much for hanging out today. I mean, what do you guys think? Did you guys even care about the Saturn Awards? Ask EVS man has so many tablets. He shits them. I know. Well, he's got like iPads. I don't know. Mine's a Samsung. I would like to do that, to have like the camera here and then have like a spider web of like all these like iPads and stuff. I'm kind of like that anyway with all my setup, because I've got my 2 monitors and then I've got my microphone on a boom arm, because I come from gaming. I was a gaming streamer for so long. I don't care about the awards even a tiny bit. Better choice always Android. Yeah, because you can drag and drop. You don't have to sync it with iTunes. You don't have to install iTunes. I don't have iTunes installed. I've got a massive music library and I do not have iTunes installed for it. I just remember what I want to listen to when I want to listen to it. You're watching this on your Samsung. Awesome. Mark Hamill earned his award, and Doomcock explained why very well in his Last Jedi review. Link to your Last Jedi review. Did I make a Last Jedi review? I don't think I made one. I don't think I made a Last Jedi review. I could probably do that. I think I was vlogging during gaming streams when I watched it. So sadly, most of my actual vlogging content and movie reviews, movie discussions, all were happening while I was gaming. And then I realized, wait a minute, people are showing up because they want to watch a video game that I'm not even playing. They don't want to hear me rant for like an hour and a half. Well, so this is kind of what I used to do, only I would game. I would talk to the chat and then I would be playing like Terraria in the background or whatever. Dude, I'd love to see you tear apart Last Jedi. I could do like a 6-month retrospect. I could do a rewatch. It's on Netflix. I might rewatch it. Maybe this weekend we'll do that. God, maybe we could do like a rewatch live of where I sit there and stare at the camera. Oh, by the way, while I have people here, I'm gonna set up a Patreon. I feel so weird about setting up a Patreon. I really do. But I kind of feel like because I am shifting from gaming and I am kind of in this weird phase with YouTube's analytics where it still kind of recommends me until we can fix it, until we get a lot more people like us on the channel, you know. And I love you guys. We need a lot more people I can talk to that I understand. Don't rewatch it. It'll destroy my own Xanadu. No, it'll destroy my soul. I can handle it. I've sat through Discovery a few times, so I think I can handle it. I've sat through a lot of bad things. In my very own Xanadu. It will be sort of my own Xanadu. I'm not going to call it that because, you know, I don't know what to call it. I think it'll just be my Patreon. What type of tiers? I was thinking like $1, $3, $5. And I don't know what kind of rewards either. I've had suggestions of exclusive videos for sure. Maybe like exclusive Patreon review requests where I talk about something that people want me to watch. I'm kind of brutal and I kind of hate things sometimes, so I don't know if I would please people or piss people off by reviewing things. But if you're coming to me knowing, you know, being recommended by Doomcock, then you kind of know I'm probably about as brutal as he is with things. and I have a very similar sense of humor. He's a lot more eloquent and a lot more distinguished, and he's a lot more verbose, but so one argument regarding the First Order. Out of everything else picked on, The Force Awakens, The Last Jedi, what the fuck is going on with the TIE fighters? We go from Empire TIE and Interceptors and Advance to that. Between that and the little the little bomber ships, I can't remember what they're called. Yeah. Tooncock is a goddamn prophet. Well, he is a cult leader apparently now. Definitely has a cult following, as he does with his other endeavors, I'm sure. He's famous. You mention him, and in one you'll see him mentioned in like a chat of like world class bullshitters or geeks and gamers, and the chat just lights up. Doomcock. It's amazing. Like I love seeing that, and I knew that the second I clicked on his videos last November. I'm like, yes, this is where I need to be, right here. You're the mimosa to Doomcock's bourbon. Maybe. I'll take a mimosa. What about it? The ties. It was dumb. White wings. Well, you know, the whole Last Jedi had so many weird issues. I love him on World Class Bullshitters talking like he were to have a show painting for little kids. I almost pissed myself laughing. That needs to happen. That needed to happen, man. He needs to do a painting show or something. I don't know if he could, I don't know how well he could do that live, because I know a lot of how, well, I mean, I can assume how a lot of his recording process goes and what he does with, to make his videos the way he does. But yeah, I would pay to see that. That would be a good Patreon tier. But, you know, for my own Patreon stuff, I don't know what I would give people. So if anybody has any suggestions, let me know. Do you guys want exclusive content? Do you guys want, like, Discord hangouts? Do you guys want like watch party nights? See, I could easily do like a Patreon watch party of something. Like, you know, this month we're watching this patron requested something, and we do that as like a Discord hangout where everybody gets on voice chat, and it would be fun. So we have some tree, and here, boys and girls, we have little squirrels. Trees, yeah. Happy little trees. It's Doomcock painting happy little trees. I think anything he does, anything he does like that would be that ridiculous would be absolutely entertaining and hilarious. But I'm kind of partial. He's my favorite YouTuber, so he's definitely. He's gonna have 100,000. He's gonna have a verified thing next to his name. Like, he's already got more subs than I do. He's been kind of treating me like I'm the star because I had all these subs, you know, back months and months ago. When I talked to him on Twitter or something, he's like, God, but you have 5,000 subs. It's like, yes, but you have 5,000 views. You have people who want to show up and listen to what you have to say. I have a dead channel, and I did. My channel was absolutely dead until like kind of getting this new realization and new confidence that, yeah, I can just blab. I don't have to be playing a game nobody cares about. I don't have to appeal to the gaming market, because the gaming market I think is dead. I don't even watch gaming on YouTube. I rarely watch gaming. The happiest tree would look like the Angry Orchard. It looked like a tree on Angry Orchard cases. In the very least, but more like Iron Maiden's Sphere of the Dark. I get that reference. I bought that on cassette when it came out. Man. I'm old, though. I'm a very old person, and I have a heavy metal background, so I'm kind of a music geek. I could talk about music all day. Like, that might be something on Patreon, to have, like, exclusive music something, because I don't know how much of it would go over on YouTube, but yes, metal. Dude, you guys didn't see my other guitar. I could probably get it. Can I get it without showing my big butt on camera? Maybe. Look at my other guitar. Not showing myself on camera too much, as I just completely failed. I managed to get up fine. So this is my metal guitar. totally gonna break. You stay there and don't knock over the expensive Martin. Bah. It is. With the Floyd Rose tremolo. The black is sucking away. Well, it's kind of an odd black because I don't know if it shows up, but you can see the wood underneath. So it's not solid black. It's kind of like a smoky. Yeah. This is my Carrie King inspired, or yeah. I like this guitar. I don't want to get rid of it, but if I did, I would get I always kind of prefer V's. So I would get the Dean Michael Schenker, the black and red one, the Flying V, because I'm bad with the Floyd Rose. I cannot change the strings on a Floyd Rose. Neck through. It is the neck through. It is very much a Slayer guitar. So, which is, I have such weird influences. Like, I definitely have a Slayer influence, and I definitely have, like, a Ween influence. So, I'm all over the place. I can go from 60s psychedelic to obscure to Dead Milkmen to YouTube. There are videos. There are videos, I know. I know how to. I don't have the confidence to do it because it's the tension. The tension in the back that I would be afraid of messing up. So, yeah. If you watch the videos, you'll love, yeah, and I'm such a bad guitar player too. Like, I don't do solos very well. I don't do I never really progressed past basic chords and basic power chords. I'm not the best guitar player. How's it different from your average electric string change? Those are easy. With the Floyd Rose, you have to kind of you have to use the Allen wrench down here. You have to kind of cut the string, the end of the string off, and it just kind of sits in there instead of you stringing it through to the back. It just kind of sits here. And then, of course, I don't have the locks on. Then you lock it down up here, and then you can adjust the tune. Then you adjust the tune over here. You slightly adjust it. But part of the reason for guitar is to tune out others. Who cares if you play it and enjoy it? Yeah, I like this guitar a lot. I want to hang on to it, but I think I want a V to just play. I'm getting kind of to the age also where having it upright like this would be more helpful for my arthritis than having it, like this. Because sometimes, like, this guitar is actually a lot easier to play than my LTD back there, which is sad, but the LTD is kind of a chunkier, thicker sound anyway. This is more of a lead guitar. That one's more of a rhythm. And then my Martin, I need new strings on the Martin. I put medium, and I cannot go with medium. It had Black Beauties on it when I got the Martin. And if anyone knows anything about Black Beauties, they're nice. They're black strings. They're fine. They peel. Like, they just disintegrate. All the black coating comes off. So I changed out the strings. They also, whoever strung that had them backwards. And I put medium acoustic strings on, and I should not have because my hands aren't that strong anymore. But people who know guitars too, I don't. Oh no. It seems you have a good act to give us a little performance to compliment your act. I don't know. Are we in tune? I don't think it's in tune. That's a little in tune. It's not in tune. I think the Martin's more in tune. One of the things I do though is I will hook it up through my Monotrons. So I'll use these guys as guitar pedals because well. This one's a delay pedal, the Monotron delay. So I've got my delay pedal here, and I have a Porg pen. And then this one's just more of a synth. So I use my little ribbon synths as pedals, and sometimes I'll hook those up. I've got to make sure the audio is gonna work though. Every time Windows updates, the audio doesn't work for that. So maybe I'll do like a whole guitar stream sometime. I have a Vox VT20 and I love it. You know, I've got my little Vox amp that God, I can't get a picture of. Can you get a picture of it? It's under my stuffs. It's under my my rantings. So I got my little Vox Next to my Wheat Thins, because, you know, snacks. Where is he? I got my little baby Vox with the Union Jack. It's such a cute amp. My other amp is the Marshall that I rarely use because now the Marshall's great because it's huge and it's loud. The little Vox is fine. It's just a little duo and it's got distortion, but we need a pedal for a long time. Yeah, I don't. There's so many pedals I want. Like I want the Rainbow Machine and I want the Miku and I like guitar pedals, but no, I don't think this isn't in tune. And then I play folk stuff on a metal guitar, as usual. I like this guitar though. It's great. It's totally out of tune. It's not that bad though. I don't know if the microphone's picking up any of it. I need to actually go through and play something one of these days. I've been meaning to play Rocksmith. I have Rocksmith, but I've never actually played it. But no, one of these days I will change out my strings on my acoustic and play it on something. Maybe the next Dick Doomcock Power Hour if you guys are patrons of him, and maybe I'll do some singing and some music stuff. I did a little bit in Comedy Night where I did some singing. Ivy says the extent of my guitar experience is trying to learn basic chords and slides with Rocksmith at my stepdad's. You don't need a Marshall. My Vox gives me all the sound I want. I get Shanker's JCM 800 when I want it, or MB's rectifier. Love my amp. Man, Michael Shanker. Oh. Love Michael Shanker. I love his I love the Dean because I had an Arbor black and red Flying V when I was like 12, and I learned how to play Enter Sandman on it before it came out. Before the album came out. This is how long ago I had this Flying V, and I loved it, and I sold it. I should never have sold my Flying V. I don't know why I sold my Flying V. Probably to upgrade to the Washburn, but or something. I don't remember if I know how to play it anymore. It's been so long. Yeah, this is out of tune. I don't even know what I'd play. I love this though. I love this guitar. For small shit, if I blast, I could be heard 3 floors down, in the heart of the basement. I call Spider City or Goblin Town. That's what this is. This is the basement of the house where my office is. Yeah, I need to restring this. These strings are probably factory strings. I do like this guitar a lot. I need to play this one more. I like it, but it's so pretty. I'm such a klutz too. Like I don't want to chip it or ding it. It has one little ding that came from the factory. I don't know if you guys can see it. One little ding there, and it just breaks my heart. This one I've had since, like, I'm the original owner. I've had this since 2001 or so, and I love it. It's such a nice guitar, and I hate playing it because it's too nice for me, because it's the neck through and it's the widow head, and it's like there's so much nice about it that it's such a pretty BC Rich as well, because it's not just solid black. It's like a smoky black. You can see the wood underneath, but that's character. That's how you know it was yours. Yeah. No, Digging the Warlock. That's what other people's guitars are for, yeah. I like it. I like it. I like my Martin too. My Martin's really nice, but I mean, it's a Martin. For God, like 20 years, I'm like, I would love a Martin. I'd love a Martin. I'm never gonna have a Martin. And then like I ended up playing a lot of Friday the 13th on the channel, and I had enough money in ad revenue and super chats and all that stuff, and I was able to buy a Martin, and it's secondhand, which is fine. I'm perfectly okay with having a secondhand Martin, especially like I just knew that was my guitar when I saw it back there. It's somebody put the Ouija board on it. Somebody burned that in. That's not like a decal. That's a professional wood burn, and somebody had the love and stuff to put that on there. Hey, Mommy, you're the goat. I watch your streams every day. You've inspired me. Well, thank you so much, Jay Twizzles 22. Thank you so much. Yeah, I used to do a lot of the Comedy Night singing room stuff, so keep up your great work. Well, thank you so much. I'm trying to do more videos, more like 10-minute videos, but you know, streaming, sometimes I can just blab. Honor the Warlock, all hail the Warlock. I know. Thank God you're alive. I've been alive. I've been doing stuff on YouTube. Where you guys been? Cool. I'm not one for acoustics without a cutaway, but cool. Yeah, I think it's an acquired thing. I definitely have so many influences. I can kind of come from the folk background and the metal, and I can come from experimental. That's why I like passing these through the monotrons. I wonder if I could do that. What are you plugged into? Oh, well, this is the one that plugs into the computer. Probably just turn them on. Timid video, she says, as she wraps up a 2-hour live stream. I know. I don't know if you guys can hear these. Yeah. Where is... I can get a cord in, and if I can plug this in through one through the other. The problem with the Warlock is it's kind of out of tune, but man, is it nice to play. I forgot how much I like playing it. And that's what guitars should be. You guys should really get a guitar that you want to play. If you have my ass and find my floor again, well, I have a floor. I have quite a lot of room on my floor, and that's the problem, is I have quite a lot of room on my floor. Let's see. Normally, I would just hook this into the computer, but I don't know. I don't want to do that. Yay. That'll work. I have no ideas. So you can use this as like a fuzz tone. Notice there, just stand on it and you don't see it. Exactly. That's so out of tune. Are we out of tune? How's the volume? So I heard of it once a few weeks ago. Anything planned later tonight? Nothing really. Groceries and dinner. I'm getting pretty starving here. Guitar picks. I usually have them right here. So I'm kind of a huge Devo fan, and they used to do a lot of experimental stuff. Where's my volume? I don't know if you guys can like listen, hear this. Is it picking up at all? Duo. Where's my delay? I need to put my more echo. I don't know if you guys can even hear that. You can probably hear it a little bit. The act's being delivered tomorrow, supposedly. It's supposed to be here July 3rd, but seems to be set for tomorrow instead. Oh, yeah, nervous about missing a package and condition of a guitar. What kind of guitar? My next big plan purchase is a keyboard synth. Yeah, get a good keyboard synth. If you've never played synth before, try something small like a pocket synth. Absolutely. I'm messing with my tone here, and I don't know if I like it. Something's off here. I don't like it. I get too much fuzz. I want a Les Paul. I'm not paying for a Gibson. I can't even afford a decent Epiphone right now. Rather, some close contenders seem off in some ways. Well, hey, Gibson Les Pauls are like thousands. I never got into. I need to play one of these days. There was a Gibson Thunderbird. There was a Gibson I was playing around with not too long ago that I really liked. I also like PRS, obviously. Can't afford USA or import either, so I found a Yamaha. Yeah. Yeah, I need to like actually mess around with this. I don't want to just keep messing around with my settings on my Monotrons, but I usually have been. I will hook those into the computer at some point on my line in. But yeah, PRSs are like way higher end than I could ever play. Same thing with my LTD even. I'm kind of like that one was I think about $350 new. I didn't pay that much for it. I got a really good deal on it, and I kind of feel like that's kind of my price range as far as my skill level. But this bad boy is a little bit better than I think I deserve. But yeah. It has a satin neck with wraparound bridge dual buckers and 2 knobs over 4. But I had a kill switch installed. The kill switch isn't standard. Yeah. Sounds nice. Like I don't know. I don't like having anything too overly complicated. I like messing around more with like the pedal side. If I get a good guitar that has a decent enough sound to it and a feel to it. Feel is my first thing. How does the guitar feel? Second is how does it sound to me? You know, does it sound okay? And then of course, how easy is it to play? Does it feel good to play? So back to the feel. But black with gray binding locks looks interesting. Yeah. Black with gray. See, what do I have here? Well, that's like on my Floyd Rose. But yeah, I should probably wrap up the stream. My voice is going. I need to maybe do like a guitar stream and have like a song to play. One of my problems is I used to just write stuff. I never like played songs that other people sang, so I never really got into playing like somebody else's song from start to finish. Sometimes when I sing stuff, I will, But yeah, thanks so much for hanging out, everybody. It has been really fun. I never take out my Warlocks. It's kind of fun. I've shown people the Warlock here and there, but I like it. It's a nice guitar. It's a good one. You can see my setup and the reflection. Wow, it's a $400 axe elsewhere. I found a decent condition for $139, $165 with shipping. Awesome. I buy stuff from Reverb sometimes. That's where I bought my. That's where I bought my LTD, was from Reverb used. It was I got a really good deal. I don't mind Reverb. They're pretty good. Okay, check out NSL Sports. I don't know anything about sports ball. And I will probably not sub or like your video because I don't know anything about sports. J Twizzles, sorry. I'm the wrong demographic to appeal to sports people, but if you guys are interested in a sports thing, somebody on Twitch is asking about their sports channel. So this guitar will be number 8. My mom is sitting on 2 right now. I only have 4 at the moment, and that's kind of excessive for my skill level. But 2 of them I've had for more than 20 years. So like my other acoustic that I've got back there, I've had since I was 16. So this one I've had since I was about 21. What is a sports? I don't know. I think it's that thing that they were playing on the old Battlestar Galactica. Triangle? Pyramid? Something? Check it out anyway. I don't know if I'd have any good feedback for you, J Twizzles. I don't understand sports at all. So, but you know, I'll mention it in chat if anyone does want to check out his channel. It's over on Twitch. Just click on him. But yeah. Should probably wrap up the stream. It is getting like it's been such a weird day. I don't think I've even eaten breakfast yet. I got stuff to get done. But yeah, thank you guys so much for hanging out. It's been fun. If anybody does have any ideas of what to do for like Patreon tiers, or what other sort of video, do you guys want just like streams where I hang out and play music? Do you want any streams where do you guys want more just like focused Star Trek Discovery rants? Because I can go off on Star Trek Discovery. I've got a list of like focused rants that I absolutely want to tackle at some time. What do you guys think? Let me know. I'm also on Twitter. It's at Random Monkey. I probably have a link in the description here on the stream. I definitely have a link in all of my like little versus Twitter videos, and that's a great way to get a hold of me. YouTube doesn't always give me the comments, so Twitter is definitely, you can get a hold of me. Discord, I'll usually respond on Discord. But thank you guys so much for hanging out. It has been really fun. Yeah, this is just sort of an impromptu thing because I didn't really have a focused thing on the Saturn Awards today. But thank you guys so much, and I will see you on the next stream. Bye!